We start this hour with the Middle East, where Israeli strikes on Gaza's Nasser Hospital today killed at least 15 people, including 4 journalists. Let's listen in to some of the victims' relatives and what they had to say about the attack.
وهم نايمين يما ضربوا بالصواريخ وهم نايمين فقدت عيني كاملة. هو بصلي
علي صوتك بالله
وهو
يحكي بس.
بصلي يما وهو بصلي اولاده راحوا 2 استشهدوا شافهم بعد 10 سنين. وواحد جاي نايم والمرأة رجليها وايديها بس ان شاء الله يا رب وسيطة يا رب. بهمش بالاخوي يضل مبتورة ايده بهمش بس يضل طيب يا رب.
هناك 4 شهداء من عائلة آل شلوم وهناك أكثر من 12 إصابة من نفس العائلة ويوجد عصابات كثيرة لا نعرف عددها ويوجد شهداء آخرين من عائلات أخرى ولكن تفاجأنا بحجم الإصابات وحجم الشهداء ولكن لا يوجد في هذا المكان أي خطر أمني على إسرائيل ولكن كلهم مدنيين. منطقة إنسانية آمنة بالكامل وهي بوابة أصداء الشمالية وجميع الناس متواجدين فيها وجميعهم من الشيوخ ومن الأطفال ومن النساء ومن الناس اللي باحثين على أماكن الأمان لكي يجلسوا بهدوء في هذا المكان بخيمة لا تظلهم لا من شمس ولا تظلهم من حاولة تظلهم من شتاء.
Among the dead was Hussam Al-Masri, a cameraman, while a photographer, Hatem Khaled, was injured in a second strike that witnesses say hit as rescue workers and media crews rushed to the scene. 3 other journalists, Miriam Abu Daga, Mohammed Salama and Moaz Abu Taha, were also killed, along with a rescue worker. Reuters confirmed its live feed from the hospital operated by Masri cut off at the moment of the first strike. The Palestinian Journalist Syndicate says over 240 journalists have been killed in Gaza since October the 7th of 2023. We are now joined by Ali Mohammed Bushbak, who is an independent Palestinian researcher, and he joins us live from Cairo to discuss this breaking story. Ali, tragic news coming out of the Gaza Strip. Israeli strikes kill 15 people, 4 of which are journalists. This has been the most deadly war in history for media persons. Those media persons, of course, being Palestinian journalists. Figures are differing from different agencies. However, they believe around 250 people have been killed that work in the media, reporting out of the Gaza Strip. Can you give us a bit more about the dangers for media persons, journalists working out of the enclave and some of the risks that they face on a continued basis in this conflict?
Thank you, Thomas, for having me. Let me just highlight what happened today morning while Israel targeted the roof of a building in Nasser Hospital complex in Khan Yunis, a south part of Gaza. That the civil defense and also the journalist went to cover the situation, and subsequently Israel by suicide drone targeted the people who gather, among of them civilians, among of them journalists, 4 journalists, and also the medical staff, and also no doubt about the civil defense team that's created a tragic events and horrifying events. Several of civilians have been killed in this assassination, in this targeting and bombardment. Also, Thomas, it's worth mentioning that the human rights rapporteur in Palestinian territories, Francesca Albanese, she condemned what is happening among of the widespread condemnation from the international community that Palestinian journalists should be protected. It's also worth mentioning that, Thomas, there is in a plus 972 magazine, there is an Israeli writer. He revealed that there is a special forces and a special cell in Israeli's army that it's called a legitimization cell. It's working under the unit 8200 that it's finding a justification to targeting the civilians and targeting journalists. This cell, it's a duty to find any excuses by killing the Palestinian journalist on the ground. And also, most of these people who got killed during this event or during the traumatic events, most of them are journalists and social media activists who revealed the brutal of this war. Palestinian journalists, they couldn't find any protective. They are under the Israelis' attack. There is no limitation for the Israelis' attack while they are suffering from the continuous trauma, and Israel continuously treating them by calling them, and they are treating them. They are going to kill them and their families, and also several of Palestinian journalists has been
Ali.
killed.
Ali, of course, I just wanted to say that Israel has not yet given a formal response. This is being covered by the world media. Of course, people are going to be outraged by this. Your thoughts on how Israel might respond to this? Of course, 15 people, 4 journalists killed, bombed in a hospital is going to outrage many across the world. How do you think Israel is going to go around their statements in regards to this strike that they have committed today?
Thomas, it's worth mentioning that the day before yesterday, also Palestinian cameraman Khalid Al-Madhoun, he got killed also during his coverage, but unfortunately the international media, they didn't cover his story. That's also that's happened the day before yesterday. The Israeli justification, it will be the same justification while Israel assassinated Shireen Abu Akleh in West Bank while she went covered the situation. The same things when Israel killed Hussein Slayeh, who used to Israel assassinated him while he was in the hospital bed a couple of months back. And they are claiming that he used to cover the situation during the 7th of October and he crossed the border between Gaza and Israel. So Israel doesn't care because it's acting impunity and above the international law and above the morale. It's all about audacity, Thomas. Israel, now that they will find any excuses. That the same, it's not the first journalist who got killed and assassinated since the beginning of Second Intifada 2000 up to date. Journalists have been targeted deliberately by Israeli forces and Israelis airstrike.
Ali, do stay with us. We have further updates from West Asia. We move on now. Israel says it is ready to support Lebanon's efforts to disarm Hezbollah.